Grandma has seen another movie on Netflix, and this time it's Mowgli: Legend of the Jungle. It's based on a book and a movie and another movie, and
does it sound familiar?
It sounds familiar. It's based on the Jungle Book. You may have heard of it. Do we want to see this movie? Does Grandma like this movie? Well, we'll see. I mean, it's another version, but it could be pretty good.
We're hoping.
My, how you've grown. And how much chaos you brought upon the pack. So much more to come.
Well, hello everyone. We're back again.
Hi.
Grandma's on her way to another new movie in the theater, but right now, on the way, we're going to take the advantage of this time together to talk about another movie that she's seen on Netflix. But we want to, first of all, remind you of the three things that we like to remind you of every time, which is, number one, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our videos about Netflix or movies or whatever. Number two, give it a like. One of these, Grandma, right? One of these likes. Those
Absolutely.
are really good. Good to get a lot of those.
Good luck.
And number three, please comment on our videos because we just love your comments. And we love to comment on your comments. So please do. So this week on Netflix, Grandma saw Mowgli: Legend of the Jungle, which is a brand new version of the Rudyard Kipling Jungle Book of years gone by. And it's not really, I would say, a remake of the Jungle Book Disney movie, because Disney made a remake of their animated Jungle Book movie just like last year, or the year before last, I think.
An animated one again?
No, it was a live action one, and
Okay.
we actually reviewed it on our show, which we will refer you to at the end of the video. But again, this version here, again, tells the same story of a young boy lost in infancy in the jungle, adopted by wolves, raised as a wolf in the jungle in India, and raised by, again, the Black Panther Bagheera and the bear Baloo, and you know, about how he grows up in the jungle, and they're all faced with the threat of the tiger, Shere Khan, and
He seems to be the bad guy here.
he's not very nice. As tigers go, he's not a very nice tiger.
No.
So, what did you think of it, Grandma?
I think it is so cool, really. You know, that Mowgli understands the speech of all the animals.
Mm-hmm. Well, all
You
the
know,
animals understand each other.
All the animals understand each other,
Right.
you know, so there's no problem if he's talking to a wolf or he's talking to a fox or he's talking to, you know, the tiger.
Right.
I've always thought that that was such a cool thing. When he gets in contact with the humans, he has to learn their language.
Exactly.
He doesn't immediately tune in on what the humans say. He tunes in on what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can tell a good guy from a bad guy, you know. And this version showed some of the things that Mowgli had to do to survive, you know, living in the jungle. You know, here he was
Right.
growing up here, and some of his wise animal friends knew that he wasn't going to be able to live much longer only in the jungle. You know, he was becoming a human, not just a man boy, but a man soon. And their experience was really very kind of crucial to this story, to this.
Well, what did you think of the film, though?
I thought it was very well done. I thought the young man who played Mowgli was very believable. I thought one of the things he did that surprised me a little bit was he ran on all fours a lot.
Well, he's a wolf.
Yes. And every now and then he would be up, but usually he would be running on all fours. His animal raising among the wolves, of course. Everybody else was on all fours, you know. So
what made the film a good film?
The camera work was excellent. I thought the actor, you know, in the jungle and with the animals, I thought the young man, whoever he was, you know, you said the movie was made in India?
Well, it's set in India.
India.
It looks a lot like India. I mean,
right.
And the human characters are Indian, so again, I would hope it is.
Yeah.
But
well, yes, when they do make contact with the humans, you know, it is obviously not New Mexico or somewhere.
Right.
It is India. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought they did a really good job of a familiar story. You know, this is not a story that was my first time through. You know, I knew what this was about. What did you think?
Well, that's actually a good way for me to start talking about it, because again, this is a film where starting off looking at it, I thought to myself, I do not need another version of the Jungle Book.
Okay.
Again, the Disney movie is so iconic. Everybody knows it. All the songs and dances and whatever, and it's just everybody loves that movie. The Disney version of it just recently was also a very good version of it. I mean, it wasn't you know, exactly the same as the animated film, but it was a good movie. I think we both liked it. But so again, that one just came recently. Again, I thought to myself, I don't need another version. I mean, that was fine. I've seen enough of the Jungle Book. However,
why are they making another version?
Well, again, it's based more on the book than the Disney movie. I mean, the Disney version was based on the Disney animated one. This is based on the original book much more, and I think you can see that in the two parts that I thought were the most interesting. Number one, it spent a lot more time with him and the wolves, him growing up with the wolves, him and the wolf society and all that sort of stuff, than again either of the other versions that I just mentioned. And then also, it spent a lot more time with him in the human community than again either of those other versions spent. I mean, one of the things that I sort of, I don't say disliked, but again, one thing that about the original animated version is that he only makes contact with humans right at the very end of the movie. I don't know if you remember it, but again, right at the very end of the movie, he meets this girl by the stream, and again, that's the first sort of contact he had with humans. In this one, he is, as you say, again, he is in the society. He's learning how to communicate. He's learning their ways. He's observing them. All of that I found very interesting, and it's very well done. The young actor that plays Mowgli is really good, and he does a really good job. The other thing is that, again, you didn't really mention how they brought the animals to life. Again, it's the special effects and stuff that we talk about all the time. Oh, you know, it's so good, we almost take it for granted, etc., etc. Well, in this case, they had really good voice actors. They had like Cate Blanchett, they had Benedict Cumberbatch, they had all these really good voice actors, and they made. How they did it, I don't know. But again, they made their faces, the faces of the animals, they didn't look like human faces, but the eyes and such, you could see the actor almost coming through the animal. and it didn't seem so much like an animal. You know, there was a little human, you know, in there, and I thought that really made a difference in you relating to the characters and believing the movie. Again, I was really pleasantly surprised as to how much I liked it, because again, I was not expecting to like it at all.
You were not looking forward particularly.
Yeah, I mean, so again,
here we go. If you
get a chance to see this on Netflix, again, I think you will like it, and you will be pleasantly surprised. And I would definitely recommend it. What about you?
Oh, definitely. I repeat what you just said. I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was, and how much I appreciated how good it was. You know, how much I enjoyed watching it. It was not a chore at all.
No.
It turned out to be kind of fun.
So are you giving this one any thumbs, Grandma?
Oh, this is a 1.5.
Another 1.5.
Another 1.5, yes.
Your half thumb is getting a workout the last few movies here.
I don't know, you know, we are going to, I'm sure, in the future, see some two thumbs movies. And this one is almost there. It's a pretty good film. And I think you would enjoy it. You movie fans out there, I think you would enjoy this film. And it's on Netflix. I mean, it's on Netflix. It's not even in the theater.
Yeah.
You can watch it at home with your popcorn in your lap. Yes, you can.
Well, you can do that in the theater, too.
That's true. You can.